Hey everyone, my name is Oprah Davidson and welcome to this episode of Wisdom Wednesday. So in today's episode, I'd like to talk about vegan baking. So this is an area of baking that has become quite near and dear to me because I have a nephew who has a dairy and egg allergy. Now he's really young and we found this out when he was about 6 months old and he's 9 now. But it was kind of sad because he couldn't enjoy all the other desserts like everybody else. So by default, he has to have vegan desserts in order for it to be safe for him to consume. So because of that, I took it upon myself to then start to educate myself about vegan bacon. I'll be honest, I was quite ignorant to the whole concept of vegan bacon prior to that. And the universe made me know that it's not in anyone's best interest to be ignorant about that. And it's not a trend or like a food fad that's gonna, come and go. It's something that we all should be mindful of and learn more about because there are people there with allergies. And also, as you know, plant-based, cooking is on the rise because we know that it's very beneficial not only to our bodies and our health, but also obviously for the animals and for our whole entire earth in general. Okay, so yeah, for today, I'd like to kind of show you guys a really quick and simple recipe. It's a ginger snap cookie recipe that I've acquired over the years. It was originally a gluten-free cookie, but I went ahead and modified it to make it vegan as well. Now, I actually am going to be using all-purpose flour, gluten flour, but you can go ahead and you can substitute the flour for gluten-free flour if you wanted it to be both vegan and gluten-free as well. So let's get started. So these ginger snap cookies, I really like them because it's the moist version. It's really nice and chewy. It has a very great mouthfeel and also nice, deep, rich flavor because of the molasses and the spices. Now, what I really like about these cookies is that one, they have a pretty decent shelf life. You can just store it in a nice airtight container. 2, you can store the dough in the freezer and take it out as you need it and bake it as you need it. Also 3, they're a very great gift. They travel very well. So I've sent boxes of these cookies as gifts to people. So they do travel very well. It's a really nice food gift to give to others. So in this recipe here, there are 2 items I'm going to be substituting. So 2 dairy items. Well, I shouldn't say 2 dairy items. One is the butter. I'll be substituting with vegan butter. And then one is the egg. I'll be substituting with flaxseed. So if you're kind of just entering the realm of vegan bacon and you're quite new to it, I would say kind of do a bit of trial and error and decide, what items you want to substitute one by one and to see what works for you. Now, I'm not the expert in this. I'm still learning a lot, but I find that for cookies, I really like to use flaxseed as an egg replacer. There's multiple different egg replacers that you can use. Obviously, you have the names in the supermarket that says literally egg replacer, but you could also use like applesauce or aquafaba, which is the water from the chickpea. So you can make your own aquafaba, or you can just drain off that water when you buy a can of chickpeas and save that and use that as your egg replacer. And it depends on what the recipe is using the egg for. So we know egg has multiple purposes for moisture, for binding, for aeration. So it depends on what you're using the egg for will determine what egg replacer you're going to substitute it with. So yeah, I'm using flaxseed as my egg replacer here. Now it's 1 tablespoon of flaxseed that I added 3 tablespoons of water to, and I let it sit for like 15 minutes. So that basically it hydrates the flaxseed and kind of helps it kind of activate a bit. So you can leave it 15 minutes. You could do a little longer if you wanted to, but yeah, this is replacing 1 egg. And then for the butter, I just use a stick of, you can see that I have my butter and my sugar in this bowl here. I just use a stick of plant-based butter or vegan butter. You can choose the brand that you like most. And then I also have my molasses. So just gonna add some really nice, deep, ooh, okay. But yes, I have the molasses. It's gonna add some really nice flavor to that. It's also gonna help with the chewiness of the cookie. I'm gonna have my spices here. So I have a combination of ginger, cinnamon, and allspice. It's all mixed up in here. You could also substitute allspice and use cloves. They're all grounded. For cinnamon, you could also substitute that with pumpkin spice if you wanted to, or even apple spice. I do that around the holidays. And then I have my leavening agent, which is baking soda. I've got my paddle here. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and paddle or cream together my sugar and my vegan butter. And so we're just gonna go ahead and mix that until it comes together. It's nice and fluffy. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna dance. Nice and fluffy dance. I always feel like there needs to be music, but like it's like an intermission. Dun, da, da, dun, dun. Dun, da, da, dun, dun. Dun, dun, da, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What song is that from? The Price is Right? I think that's The Price is Right, yeah. Dun, dun, da, dun, 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 dun. I do not own the rights to this song. Okay, now that my butter and sugar has whipped nicely, it's nice and soft and fluffy, like a nice fluffy cloud. Okay, I'm now gonna add my flaxseed, AKA my eggs. Egg, singular, it's just one egg. Add that in there, just like you do a regular or conventional ginger snap cookie. You add the egg, so you cream, then you add the egg, then you add your little flavoring, then you add your dried ingredients. That's pretty much the same thing we're doing here. So just add that there. Gonna mix that until it's nicely incorporated. All right. I like that word, incorporated. Okay. Fluff. Put it a little bit on medium high. All right, awesome. So it makes nice like little freckles in there with the flaxseed. I like it. And it, you may not want, like if you're making a lighter dough, like a sugar cookie, you may not want to see the freckles of the flaxseed specks. So you might not use flaxseed as your egg replacement. You might use something else. But I don't mind this because the dough is actually gonna get quite dark because of the stuff that I'm adding to it. So you won't see the freckles anymore. But I don't mind the freckles, it's cute. I think freckles are adorable. Oh, okay. Performance anxiety. Okay, I almost dropped this. Something's up going on with this bowl of molasses. I guess it's a slippery bowl. I almost dropped it in here. We got molasses evidence on the table. All right, then mix that in there. Okay, nice and nice and nicey. While that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and then add my dries. So I've got the spices that I add there. I've got the baking soda. Baking soda.
Baking soda!
Isn't that a song? Oh man, that smells so good. I love spices. I'm a spice girl. No, I'm originally from Jamaica, so I'm very used to having like spices. Like we love putting ginger and cinnamon in like any dessert. So, oh god, that smells good. Yes. Hey. All right. But you've got this nice, rich, caramelized color. But I love the smell of molasses. It's one of my favorite ingredients, I would say, molasses. Okay, so we've got that nicely whipped, and I don't over whip this. You don't want to over whip it, so you can see, it's all in there, good stuff. We're not trying to create much air, as if you're making a cake. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and dump my dry ingredients in here and then mix it just until it's incorporated. Never gonna give you up. Gotta do that on low speed, cause you know. All right, so that's all done. Now I have my sheet pan that I'm gonna go ahead and scoop here. Like I said, if you didn't want to make this, you could go ahead and store it in your fridge, freezer, and sorry, I like the taste of dough. And it's cool that you can eat it raw because there's no raw eggs in there. So yay. Definitely check out BAKERpedia.com and they'll have everything you need to know about vegan products, vegan baking, substitutions for vegan items, so on and so forth. So, and that's good to go. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the size of your cookies. All right, so that's gonna bake and I'll see you back in a second. All right, guys, so cookies are done. They're out the oven. I have you this one left here to show you. I live in a house full of greedy people, so half my tray is already gone. But see, they're beautifully round, nice. All right, beautiful smell to it. I actually like them slightly, it's still quite warm, but I actually like them slightly underbaked. Like if you were to, let's see if I can do a good close-up. If you were to break into it, it's still kind of got that chewiness. The inside, it's not, still a little bit, you know, gooey there. Oh yeah. What I like about these, you've got the, I don't like the outside, like the edges. It's a bit of a crisp to it, but on the inside it's nice and gooey. It's like perfect. So there you have it, guys. This week's Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't given vegan baking a try, go ahead and do so. What are you waiting for? Check out BAKERpedia.com to learn more about how to substitute your ingredients for vegan bacon. And until next time, happy eating. Ciao.